Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, August 17th. Skipped yesterday. I did not game with my buddies. Nick started a new job, and so they had him come in at whatever time they decided, and that left him working until we'd already be starting to game, so he wasn't available. Now, I talked to him, and they're like, oh yeah, you can work earlier. So, should be fine next week moving forward. But, as his first day was a Monday, it messed up the game this week. Oh well. Exciting that he's got a new job. That's fun. I just, hung out here. I edited, so I'm getting some stuff uploaded now. And I made some buffalo chicken dip. So I got that. Yummy. But I was, just relaxing day, hanging out. Now today is a Tuesday, and Tuesdays are movie days. Now, Tuesdays haven't always been movie days. Last year, Tuesdays weren't movie days. I don't know. See, part of me is is that just this year thing? Or do Tuesdays continue to be movie days moving forward even after this year? I'm not going to have all my movies pulled forward by then, so maybe it should. I've enjoyed movie day. Movie day's been good. As far as what I'm going to watch this movie day, well, what's next on our list here? See, last time we watched a James Bond movie was the first of Roger Moore's movies. Live and Let Die. It wasn't too bad. Oh, maybe this one, The Man with the Golden Gun. Oh, yes. Of course. So, Christopher Lee could be good. Roger Moore, but Christopher Lee could be good. So I don't know. Let's try and keep our hopes up a little bit for it. Now this is a different series release than all the other ones that have very similar I have a bunch of them. The ones that I'm getting rid of here have the same covers over and over, and those ones have matched the bonus features with the Blu-ray perfectly. So I wasn't sure if that's going to be the case this time. So I put the Blu-ray in. And as this one has, basically the difference is this just has less bonus features, but the 3 bonus features it has exactly match what's on the Blu-ray, so I can get rid of this DVD. So that will remove another disc from the shelf, which, as you notice, creates enough space to move a DVD from that shelf over, which will let me put this DVD up there. Well, then I can move this one right over here, over into this shelf. And The King and I over here, well, it can move onto that shelf. And Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, which is a movie that is pulled forward, can move onto this shelf, which will finally let me open up the movies on this shelf to be watched. I've done it. Next week, I will have more movies to choose from. Or I might not. I don't know. I don't have to. But it will be an option. And that's what's important. Definitely some movies on that shelf I'd like to watch. I got some good movies on that shelf. I'm just saying. Just saying. At some point I got a big series on this shelf I'd like to watch. For now, I'm gonna settle in and watch
The Man with the Golden Gun.
And I would give The Man with the Golden Gun 6.8 out of 10. Well, it wasn't the worst movie. Had some good stuff. It was mostly entertaining. I would have wanted more. James Bond may have met his match in Francisco Scaramanga, a world-renowned assassin whose weapon of choice is a distinctive gold pistol. When Scaramanga seizes the priceless Solex agitator energy converter, Agent 007 must recover the device and confront the trained killer in a heart-stopping duel to the death. Christopher Lee was a good Scaramanga. He was a fun character. Like one of my favorite scenes probably in the movie is near the end when James arrives on his island and he shoots the cork from the bottle, and he runs out to him elated. He's so overjoyed to get to talk to this man. It was a great, villain, meeting with Bond scene. It was a lot of fun. But we don't get enough Scaramanga actually talking. He's far too much the ominous figure off on the side, standing there, staring, pointing a gun, doing whatever. It's just not enough of him. So much of the movie is conveniences that keep James alive, or etc. that didn't need to. James Bond didn't survive through the events of this movie because of skill or wit or allies. It was just sheer good luck and the fact that the villains are stupid. Don't kill him here. No, instead go take him somewhere else. And then instead of killing him there, heal him up and let him run away. But didn't you want him dead? Well, yes, I want him dead, but that's not the way we're going to kill him. We're going to let him run away. That's how we kill him. Yes. Let's let him call in his allies, and then we can fight him. No fighting him alone. No, not when he's way outnumbered. We won't wait to get, other numbers against him until he's got allies too. That just wouldn't be fair. Really, really stupid villain stuff. Even, when you go into the intelligence that Scaramanga should have, the fact that his woman managed to get a custom carved bullet sent out to the Ministry of Defense in order to try and get James involved in the situation in the first place shows that he wasn't very smart. The fact that clearly you could have had another plot where James is on a mission for what his mission is, and it progresses and it merges with this story, but instead the plot is to pull him aside, away from this mission, and put him on Scaramanga, and that's how he ends up back onto the mission of the solar device. I'm like, that's kind of convoluted. What great luck that he was pulled off of a mission only for his new mission of trying to save his own life to turn out to be intersecting with the mission he was already doing. The whole solar device high-tech thing is far-fetched, to say the least. Just knowing a little bit about how solar works, the way that they're using it, I'm like, more fiction, less science, I see. I enjoy the character of Goodnight, except that she is supposed to be a secret agent. Because she is supposed to be a secret agent, I have trouble forgiving how stupid she often is. How ditzy, how clumsy. Oh, it's silly and it's cute, and it is. Except that she's supposed to be a secret agent. That characteristic doesn't match. But she is otherwise an enjoyable character. Aside from that, I like Nick Nack. He's entertaining. I'm a little sad that Nick Nack finally gets to inherit Scaramanga's island, and between James and Goodnight, they go and blow the thing up, so he doesn't have anything to inherit. Poor little guy. is it Lieutenant Pepper from the previous movie? The Louisiana police officer. Well, what good luck, he's on vacation. And he ends up intersecting with James. I don't know, maybe, I wasn't around during the time that the movie was made. Maybe that character was really beloved, and that's why they brought him back. But it feels really weird for him to be back. It doesn't feel like it makes sense. Like, why is he here? He just happens to be on vacation. Not necessarily even seeming like an area that him as a character would want to be on vacation, particularly with his constant... I mean, they're not really racial slurs. They're customized racial slurs in order to give the idea of this guy is being racist without, to my knowledge, using actual racist slurs. But it still feels like the whole time he's being racist. And I'm like, you're in their country. If you want to be some backwater Louisiana police officer that is racist and you're in Louisiana, that's fine. If you want to go to Hong Kong and be a backwater Louisiana racist there, that feels like maybe you shouldn't have gone to their territory. I'm just saying. You're now in their country. So, I get it. It's supposed to be funny. But I'm like, come on. We already had him. And there's some jokes with him early that are fine. And then it gets kind of old. Boy. Just calling James boy over and over. Which is for the joke of James being able to call him boy. But they're trying to do something new with that chase scene, I suppose. And it was different, at least. I'll give them that. Keeping it fresh. The car plane is interesting, conceptually. Oh, I'm tired. It's like... but, not the most logical, even in, like, not like real logic. I don't need real. I just mean like in how it's presented. Wasn't set up well enough. Whether that's, investigating the car earlier and, gee, what are these things for? And, like, trying to pull out, like, this car. So there's something unusual about this car, but we can't figure out what. And then you find out what. That might have been a way to set it up. Or if in the scenes with Q earlier, if they're talking about trying to develop a flying car, and then turns out, oh, they've beat us to the punch, instead of they have a flying car, and Q being like, well, that's not too bad. We're working on one. You could have just reversed the scene, kind of thing, and had a better setup for it. Okay, so I'm nitpicking a lot. Overall, it is still entertaining. It's certainly not. I don't think going to be his worst film. I think I'm going downhill from here. Because again, Christopher Lee was good. And to me, who really knows Christopher Lee primarily from Lord of the Rings, it is fun to just see him so young. Oh well. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you for joining me, and join me as my journey continues.